everything connects back to your product, right? Your customers want your product, your site points to your product, the traffic that you're driving, all the desires, everything is connected to your product, or at least the niche that you choose. Your branding, your future of your business is going to be dependent on the product that you choose. Now, there's many schools of thought here, right? There are some people that think that there's such things as winning products. There's people that think that there's no such thing as winning products, and it all depends on how you position your product. So we're going to talk about all of that so you guys get a sense of how to even think about products before you jump into looking for a product. And we're going to go through a live demo on how I look for products. And both trains of thought, people claiming that there are winning products and there's people that are claiming that there's no winning products, they both have merit, right? And we're going to talk about both. And the best way I'd want to explain this is that any product can be a winning product as long as you find the right way to advertise it. But there are some products that are just harder to sell, like newspapers, right? Now with the way the world has moved on, it's hard to sell newspapers. It's harder to sell fidget spinners because everyone knows what it is. There is a level of sophistication that is now introduced. But if you go the advertising route for like similar products, like say a towel, which is very saturated, everyone knows what it's for, but maybe you haven't marketed it to a specific audience like elderly people, towels specifically for elderly people, towels specifically for African American skin. There are products like that that sell really well. And even though towels are saturated, because you're marketing it to a new demographic, to a new persona that has a story behind it, like especially African American towels made for their skin, that is a big brand that just kills online. That is how you potentially tap into an untapped market. Then you got to think about mechanisms, right? So even if it is a saturated product like a towel, is there any specific mechanism that really makes it stand out? Even one small feature can appeal to a massive demographic, and you could really cut yourself a piece of that pie and get rich just off of that. Example, check out Comfort, right? Comfort has just normal clothes, right? But they released a really cool sweater that you can put a hoodie on, and then there's like a little panel that you can slide down, and that becomes like an eye covering for long flights, right? So like same thing, it's a clothing. They've introduced a new piece of mechanism that they can market, and that is just like a wow factor that people will buy. Think about things like that. Think about the hoodie as well. Again, clothing, but they create like a big blanket piece of a sweater, right? And that is what their marketing was all around. Like, look at this massive hoodie. Look at this massive sweater. Products as old as that astronaut projector are still being run to this day, which started way back in 2020. They're so saturated, but now they're being targeted to different demographics, like kids with autism, right? Before it was just like, oh, have a cool projector, buy it. Now the advertising is all around kids that have autism and really just trying to gauge their senses in the advertorials for this product. And that's what's working. So that's how you should think about positioning your product. Now, with all that said, there are products that if you time right, you can just explode. If a newer product is now out on the market and the market hasn't seen it, and you put even weak ads behind that, your product will sell because it's so new to the market. So timing and luck do matter in this game, and also mechanisms matter in this game, right? If your product has 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 features, right, that each can be its own marketing segment, right? Can appeal to a different demographic. So think about that as well. Does your product have a lot of mechanisms that will make it easy to market? Or is there a possibility in the future for you to add these mechanisms to this product, right? Because when you go the branded route, you really want to improve your product. I'll give you an example. There is a brand that is $10 to $15 million brand, right? Their ads got stagnated, right? All they did was just change the color of the product, dropped an email blast and started advertising that, and their sales just blasted up. They released it as a version 2 of whatever product they were running. So that goes to show, if you customize your product that has demand, obviously validate the demand, your ads can blow up because it's new to the market. So that is kind of how I see winning products. Yes, it matters how you position it, but there are products that just blow up and go crazy. So you want to find the sweet spot, the middle, where it's like a product that has good future prospects, but a product that's also evergreen and can be marketed to very different audiences. And ideally, you want to find a product that has enough competitors and is just about to take off. Like the ads just started running maybe 2 to 3 to 4 months ago, and you can get in there and get a piece of that pie and just turn that into a business, brand it up, and execute with your advertising strategy. That's the great thing about dropshipping and digital commerce, right? Even if it is a saturated niche, if your advertising skills, business fundamentals, and branding skills are on point, you can scale it to the moon. And as you guys are looking for products, what I want you guys to think is, what would a customer feel? Like, what do they actually want? You want to use your products as a way to serve them of their desires. Their desire might be to look beautiful. Their desire might be to easily do some function, right? Look at their wants and then compare that to the product. Does this product deliver this specific want? That's how I want you to think about it. Don't think about it as like, I just want to sell my product. I just want to release an ad and get them to convert. That's not what we want, right? We want them to see our product and be like, wait, this would really help me with something like this. This would really help me with my hair. This would help me with my skin. This would help me for ABC, so many things, right? Use your product as a lever to really give the people what they want. And I want to dig into desire targeting, but that's a little bit more advanced. I just want to set up these fundamentals here so you guys get a good sense of what to look for. And when I go through the live demo, you'll see how I do this. And it's a very manual process, right? People think you can just go on AI, search up whatever, and get some answers, but everyone in the game is doing that. You want to stand out. You want to actually sit in Reddit threads. You want to sit in the TikTok comment section, on YouTube, see what people are saying about niches, not even products. What are people saying about pets? What are people saying about health? What are people saying about sexual health? What are they saying about all that? And how can you find a product that serves what they want? I would then collect the patterns that I see across all of these platforms and then look for products that match those patterns. So if I see a lot of people talking about pets' oral hygiene, right, I would go around and try and find products that serve that need because everyone cares about their pets. Everyone invests in their pets. So serving them with that desire to help out their pet's hygiene, that is what we want to look for. But with that, let's get to the live section.